Papa Zhongli to make you face tank the enemy for less than a minute and well done.
But Unicorn, Wuthering Waves release is very broken and bugged, and a lot of people cannot play it.
Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves? This is the question. Is Genshin's legacy officially over? Did WuWa actually fail? It's time to find it out. Let Unicorn clarify first that it's okay to enjoy both games without pooping on either of them, okay? Because Unicorn likes both games, and both of them have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. So let's jump in! Let's start with the overall graphics and quality of both games. Unicorn here has to agree that Genshin is prettier, much prettier. It is more colorful, the environment gives us positive vibes, and it feels more relaxing to explore. Wuthering Waves, however, is set on a post-apocalyptic environment, so it feels darker to explore. And the saturation of the colors is also lower. Well, never mind, scrap that. If you lower the brightness, the saturation is just right. Sometimes it can look depressing to see ruined, broken roads, buildings, and the appearance of monsters in the overworld are so intimidating. And because of this, Unicorn totally understand why people call this game ugly. But it's okay, Unicorn still enjoyed it regardless, since the exploration is also more complex here. I like the puzzles here more than in Genshin. Genshin is just either asking you to off these monsters or hit this mechanism a couple of times. Well, except for Inazuma puzzles, but seriously though, why did they stop adding puzzles like that in other areas? Is the community really that dummy dumb? But when it comes to cutscenes, Wuthering Waves takes the cake definitely. The visuals are so detailed and the character animations are also very unique and stylish. Genshin used to do this too during the Mondstadt and Liyue arc, but then they stopped adding budget to it for some odd reason. Hopping on the next topic, Unicorn will discuss the combat! Here, Unicorn strongly agrees that Wuthering Waves takes the cake here. It is very complex, unlike Genshin where you just have your Papa Zhongli giving you a shield and go brrrr until it's over. Heck, you can even one-shot the enemies there. In Wuthering Waves, it can take you a few minutes to drain that HP bar, and not to mention how the animations are much cooler, and you have more buttons to press, giving you a thrilling experience if you like those types of games. Genshin is sometimes just press Q and poof, gone, or almost gone. Dodging has its own animation and it encourages you to learn the moves of the enemies. No Papa Zhongli to make you face tank the enemy for less than a minute and well done, here's your drops. So, if you like games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, you might enjoy Wuthering Waves as well. The next topic is the story and voice acting. Even the biggest Wuthering Waves fans admit that it is quite mediocre for a story-based game. I mean, it does get better after the handsome Scar shows up, but it still needs some improvements, especially the English voice acting and Yang Stone. Seriously, dear directors, stop making her sound like this. It's weird. Give her a better personality, right now! Sure, Genshin also has its bad sides. For instance, making some characters to be too extra or obnoxious. But the story overall gets better and better, and Unicorn really can't wait where it is heading. Will we reunite with the sibling, or we are going to lose them? The future is mysterious. Meanwhile, in Wuthering Waves, we already get to know that Rover is some sort of a Jesus-like savior who was sent to Solaris 3 to save the world without any memories whatsoever. Therefore, Unicorn finds this story to be rushed. Now what? Unicorn didn't want to know this soon about why Rover was sent here. The characters who were aware about his arrival should have kept it a secret for a bit, just like how Genshin does sometimes. The reason why Genshin's story is better is because they don't reveal absolutely everything too early. They either keep you hanging by saying, oh, find it out yourself, or they really don't know anything about certain topics. Moving on, we got the relationship with the devs and the rewards or compensations. Genshin is already known to sort of neglect its players' wishes by not giving what they expect. Well, that's no longer the case anymore. Some of you will gladly accept a sweet flower as a compensation at this point, but we know how the first year anniversary went. And Lantern, right? And not only the rewards, but also the refusal of improving the artifact system or improving the combat because of my anxiety. Even though a good chunk of players enjoyed it and want more of that. Kuro, on the other hand, has handed us a lot of freebies already as compensation. Even a free 5-star selector! Oh my gosh! And the game barely even launched! And they seem to handle feedback so much better than Genshin. They improved a lot since the start, and they still want to carry on improving.
But Unicorn, Wuthering Waves release is very broken and bugged, and a lot of people cannot play it. And the game is performing poorly.
Well, I'm glad you made me jump to the other topic I want to talk about, which is the bugs and the performance issues. Yes, Kuro indeed rushed the heck out of the release of this game, and that seriously left a negative mark on them. But let's not pretend that Genshin was perfect when it released either. People kept losing their accounts to Russian hackers who tried to sell their accounts, and the ones who didn't lose their accounts lost their artifacts when playing with Venti in co-op with his ult. Some characters had bugs and glitches that made them perform poorly. Some of them are still not fixed or has been unfixed. Miko's anger management issues when it came to destroy every campfire nearby. And then Kaveh rivaling the sustainer of heavenly principles with his ability to make matter disappear before your eyes. Oh, and according to OG Genshin content creators, the game also had issues with their servers by disconnecting people and lots of teleporting around with your friends. But yeah, the silly goldfish still say that the game was perfect when it was released. Oh, and the compensations? Not even enough premium gems for one pool! And now people are convinced that Wuthering Waves will be a buggy game with performance issues forever, and it will not have at least a slight chance to compete with Genshin. Yes, Genshin's performance is better, still better, even with those pesky bugs, but let's not forget that Hoyo has more experience in making games than Kuro. Now let's get to a more sensitive topic. Is Wuthering Waves the true Genshin Unaliver? And if you want to hear Unicorn's opinion on this, then it is no. Let me cook. Genshin can be considered a record-breaking game when it comes to open-world RPGs. It was huge and unique with multiple diverse content, lots of minigames, and tons of irresistibly attractive characters. Then let's not mention the era this game was released, when people were not allowed to go outside much and had to use their PC as a source of entertainment. However, Unicorn is confident that Wuthering Waves will be a decent competitor with Genshin, which might make Hoyo add more combat-based endgame content, and let's hope better rewards too. Heck, they are even doing it now, as the 4.7 patch is coming, and then yeah, finally a resin cap increase! It is very rare when a game can be beaten down by a newer version of it. The only game that managed to do this is League of Legends with Dota, but World of Warcraft is still the most popular MMORPG game in history, for instance. Some say that Wuthering Waves is already a cheap copy of Genshin, but Unicorn begs to differ. It is more combat-based and it is more mature and darker than Genshin. And yeah, Unicorn knows that Genshin has its dark moments too, but they are made as kid-friendly as possible. And the dark parts are usually behind walls of text, and we already know that Genshin players can't read. In conclusion, both games can be judged based on their target audience mixed with personal preferences. If you're a younger version who prefers more casual gaming, then Genshin is the better choice for you. If you're more of a hardcore gamer who likes adrenaline and a more mature setup, then Wuthering Waves is recommended. Now, there might be some exceptions. You might be a hardcore gamer but still enjoy Genshin more, or you can be young, a more relaxed gamer who might like Wuthering Waves more. Or you can enjoy both, just like Unicorn! By the way, if you want to see Unicorn's first reaction to playing Wuthering Waves, then I recommend you watch this video. It's Unicorn's best video so far, and he's so proud of it. See you there.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing